up, it's Molly and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make that zombie look, and yeah, so if you want to know how to achieve that or get that look, then please carry on watching. It's basically how I started this look off, which I didn't record. It's just a thin layer of white face paint and then sort of grey face paint and sort of contours of my face to make me all look a bit dead. Getting some latex firstly. I'm just getting that on a disposable sponge and I'm just popping this down onto my cheek, where is where I want to lay down the cotton wool, and then I'm just picking apart a cotton wool bud and I'm just popping this down onto my face, sticking it down. What you should do is just basically submerge the cotton wool in loads and loads of latex, and basically you can mould it however you want. So I did a Cheshire grin, a bit on my nose and a bit on my cheek, and yeah, so you can just basically mould it however you want. You can put them wherever you want. You can put them on your neck, put them on your arm, put them on your leg, put them on your face, wherever you want. Doesn't really matter, but this is where I put them. And then I'm also putting down a thin layer of latex on my cheek and on my forehead. And this is basically so that when I've laid it enough times, to probably about 6, which is what I recommend, I can pick it apart and make it look like holes in my skin and make it look really dead and decaying. And as I've said, it's really about what you want from this look. Like, you know, you can put one like massive cut off forehead, I don't know, whatever you want to do. So I'm using a black on a sort of small synthetic brush, and I'm just adding this to emphasise certain areas of my face. So I'm emphasising the middle of my wounds, I'm emphasising around my wounds, I'm just emphasising my bits and bobs. So basically I also drag that out onto the other side of my mouth just to kind of make it look a bit more grungier. I mean, if you're going for a more realistic zombie, then go for sort of a dark red brown, but I wanted to go a bit out there and go with black just because I think it makes it a bit more sort of creepier and scarier. And then, as you can see, I've like sort of made the holes in the in my cheek, and then I'm adding the black inside of that, and it just kind of makes it look a bit more grungy. And then I'm sort of putting it in my eyelid just to start off the sort of hollowing out my eyelid. And my forehead one the first time went wrong, so that's why I'm putting on another layer. And then I'm using a grey cream paint and I'm just starting to hollow out my eyelid. Just make it look a bit more grungy, a bit more hollow, a bit more sunken in. And then I end up also taking this on down to my nose just to make my nose look a bit more thinner. It kind of just adds, I think, a bit more of a hollow, sort of sunken in, dead sort of feel to it. And then I'm also using a black, and this just adds a bit more sort of hollow in sunkenness to my eyes. And then I'm using a green cream paint, and I'm starting to sort of attack my face with this green and add a bit more colour to it. I just think it makes it a bit more unrealistic, a bit unnatural, and that's sort of what I wanted this zombie to be like. I didn't want it to be kind of like your everyday average Joe zombie. I wanted it to be like a green kind of red, kind of disgusting zombie. I wanted the wounds to look really gammy and gross. So yeah, that is why I used the green. You can use green or you can use a different colour. It doesn't really matter, but this is the colour that I used. And then, as you can see, I'm sort of picking the holes in my forehead, and then I'm just adding the black to add more sort of depth and detail to it. and then I'm just sort of going around my whole face and adding more black just to kind of make the black stand out a bit more, because I felt like it sort of went away when I put the green on it. But yeah, so just keep adding more emphasis to the wounds that you want to add emphasis to, and just, yeah, go ham. And then I'm using a red cream paint on a sort of flat packer brush, and I'm just putting this all around my wounds and kind of in my wounds, just to kind of add a bit more effect to it. So when I'm using this dark red paint, I'm just going over where I put the bright red paint. This just sort of adds a bit more depth and detail, I think. I keep saying depth in this video. I'm like, depth and detail adds a bit more depth. Depthy depth. But yeah, so this red just kind of, I wanted to make it look like I had just eaten kind of thing. Like, it's really gross and I've like just eaten a good meal. I've been eating good for a while. Do you know what I mean? I'm a healthy zombie. And then I'm using this sort of nail art brush with a bruise wheel that I got from Krylon, and I'm using these 3 colours, so a purple, a dark blue and a sort of dark red, and I'm starting to make sort of capillary veins. I'm not a talented veinist, but basically that's what you do. You put veins on your face. I went very ham on the veins, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. They were sort of my favourite part of the look. So just keep sort of drawing them and tap over them. It makes it look like it's under the skin rather than it's sitting on top and it looks like paint. So I'm putting these from sort of every wound or every sort of place on my face, and I'm just going ham with it. You can go ham with these veins, because I feel like the more veins you have, the more sort of gross and disgusting you look, especially from the holy bits of your skin. It just looks really sort of gross. And then I go in with the red, and with the red I put it on my eyelid as well, because I just feel like it looks cooler with the red on your eyelid. I don't know. So yeah, I'm just putting this red basically everywhere where I didn't put the blue or the purple. I'm not really sure which one it was. And then I'm getting wound filler, and I'm just getting this on my end of my spatula, and I'm just popping this sort of in the wounds. Now this is the bit which most of the people that have seen this look already have said is the grossest bit, because it looks so realistic. Like, it does look really gammy and juicy. So just put these in places that you want to put them. It just makes the wound sort of stand out. And also at the end, when you still have bits left on your brush, you can put them on your eyelids and put them around your face. Kind of look like blood splatter. And then I'm grabbing a sort of stippling sponge, and I'm just grabbing some fake blood, which I put in a little pot. And then I'm just splatting this all around my face, making myself look really gammy. And you can use as much blood as you want. I don't really know. If you're wondering about the sort of edible blood that I had at the beginning, that is actually a Krylon like blood tablet, and you basically bite down on it. It tastes gross, but it's a thing, and you just pop it in your mouth, and then it sort of makes you be able to like eat it, and it makes it look really gammy. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe, and if you want more special effects tutorials, I will be happy to do this. Sorry if the voiceover is really disgusting. I tried to record this about 200 times, but yeah, so this has been fun. I hope you enjoyed. Bye guys!